Hello everybody, this is Joe Workman, and today I'd like to introduce you to the new Dispatch 2 stack for Dropbox. The Dispatch stack allows you to add beautiful file upload forms to your website. There could be a lot of great uses for this, whether it's exchanging files with your customers, or maybe handling a monthly photo contest so your contestants can upload their photos to your service. Let's jump on in and see it in action. So I have a dispatch form here. And all I'm going to do is I have two images here that I'm going to drag and drop directly on here. Now that drag and drop functionality is only supported currently in HTML5 browsers. Essentially that's all the latest versions of the major browsers out there with the exception of Internet Explorer. That looks to be coming in Internet Explorer 10, so we can't wait for that. Now once we've added our files into the file queue, we can go ahead and click the upload button. Now, as you see, these were really small files, so they uploaded extremely fast. But you'll notice that once they were completed, the background color changed to green, and we got a nice completed message. Now let's jump on in and look at some of the dispatch settings. Now, setting up your Dropbox account within Dispatch is really simple. However, it's also a little bit different. There really is only one setting inside the stack settings for Dropbox. And that is the actual folder destination where you want the file to be uploaded. So, slash would obviously be the top level of your Dropbox directory. If you put a folder name in here, then it would upload all the files to that particular folder. Now, the folder does need to be created before files can be uploaded. So make sure that you actually create that folder first. So actually, how do we authenticate Dropbox with my account then? Once you publish your dispatch page to your web server, you'll notice a link that says, click here to finish stack setup. When you click this link, it will redirect you to Dropbox.com where you will log in and grant access to the dispatch stack to your Dropbox account. Once you grant access, you'll get a confirmation and a test file will actually be added to your Dropbox account. You can go ahead and check for this file. It's called dispatch test. And that, authenticates that, everything is set up properly. Visit your web page again. You shouldn't see this message at all again, and your dispatch stack should work properly. So let's go ahead and jump in and look at some of the other awesome stack settings for Dispatch. Now, if you are familiar with version 1 of Dispatch, you'll probably recall that it really was just meant for uploading files. However, we've really taken your feedback, and I'm glad to say that Dispatch 2 now supports full-blown form fields so that not only can you get files from your customers, but you can also get their name and email or some notes, and also have a passphrase or human test so that you can really control who's uploading files for you. Now you'll notice as I added these fields to my form, that a bunch of settings were revealed. We can require fields and then also give a full-blown validation error if that field is not provided by the customer. And you can also, if you don't want to use my out of the box labels, let's say you want to have it's a class. What class are you in? Okay, and this is what's your address or something of that nature. You can customize these forms to really suit your needs. So if we look at the passphrase field, it really has become a dual purpose field now. By default, it is a password field so that you can define a password and then users have to type in that password in order to upload a file. Now what's really nice is that this is actually a password field. We can go ahead and as you see, as we type, the text is now hidden just as if it was a password. However, if you didn't want to use it as a password, let's say we wanted to use it as a human test, you can go ahead and uncheck the use as password. Then you can simply change the label to say, what is 1 + 1? Of course, then you would put your answer as 2. Now by clicking on custom field styles, you'll notice that we now have a plethora of ways to really style the actual fields to our liking. Now one other setting is split form. If you click on split form, you'll notice that actually the form and the file field queue are now separated. And what's great is this also supports full responsive design, so that if this form were on an iPhone or a smaller width device, it would actually respond so that it would shrink down to one column instead of being two. Now the next settings group allows you to really customize the look and feel of the file queue. This is the drop area that contains all of the entries that are going to be uploaded to our service. Moving on, we'll notice that the next section deals with button styles. Here you can change the labels, the size, and the coloring of the buttons. Now these buttons that ship with Dispatch are nice, they are rather plain, so we actually gave you a great ability to use any button stack within Dispatch. To do that, simply go to Button Style and say Use Button Stack. When you select this, you'll notice that there are two drop areas. Inside these drop areas you can place any button stack that you like. I obviously recommend my really powerful and flexible sweep button stack. Now in the last couple settings groups is where the real fun happens. Dispatch has a bunch of action settings that can be triggered once an upload is complete. You can redirect to a specific URL, and you can specify actually a special effects stack to be launched or unveiled. The next option allows you to upload a meta file along with the actual file that the customer uploaded. This meta file is a plain text file that contains all of the data that the user typed into the form. Now this metadata file is actually named the same exact name as the file uploaded with a .txt extension. After that, you can also send an email. This is great because now users can upload data to your service, and then you will get an email once they do. Now that email will contain not only the name of the file, but also all of the contents of the form that the user typed in. Now the last feature set on Upload Complete is the ability to rename files. This is great because if your customer uploads a file with the same name that maybe someone else had already uploaded, Dispatch will actually take care of that and rename the files so that no files will get deleted or overridden by accident. Now we have an extensive set of rename rules where you can maybe append the date and timestamp of the actual upload time. You can append a unique ID, and you can also actually take the input fields from the form that the user typed in and rename the file to contain those fields. Now in advanced form logic, we have the ability to auto-upload files. What this means is as soon as a file is added into Dispatch, it will automatically be uploaded to your service. The user does not need to click upload, it will automatically be sent. You also have the ability to limit file extensions. This is a comma delimited list of file types. So if you wanted to accept only images, you could do JPEG, comma, PNG, comma, and all of the other formats. Okay. You can define a max size, so the maximum size of the file that you want to be allowed to be uploaded. And of course, the number of uploads. So how many simultaneous uploads do you want to limit a user from uploading at one time? Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the new Dispatch stack. It's a really amazing update. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this one. So go out and make your websites great. Thanks, everybody. Bye.